Morning, everybody.
Morning, Rabbi.
In the Haggadah, we say a very interesting part. According to the Arizal, you're supposed to cover the matzah, raise up the cup of wine, and we sing it. There are many different tunes. Some families they sing 3 tunes because to make sure they count all the tunes. Vehi Sheomda, Vehi Sheomda la Veseinu velanu, and it is this that has stood by our fathers and us. Shloi echad bilvad, amad alein l'chalisenu. For not just one alone has risen against us to destroy us. Elash b'chol deradar, in every generation. Oyimdim aleinu l'chalisenu. They rise up against us to destroy us. V'hakadosh baruch hu, and the one blessed be He, matzileinu miyadam, saves us from their hands. So the Medrash says that this is a promise, Vehi, and this, what's this referring to? This is we're going back to a promise that Hashem promised Avram Avinu, Abraham, by the Bris Ben Absarim, by the covenant, that the Yidden are going to be going into Mitzrayim, and Hashem will take them out. But this doesn't just refer to Hashem saving the Jewish people in Mitzrayim, since the exile of Mitzrayim was the exile, the father of all exiles. So just like Hashem promises Avram that He's going to save the Yidden by Golus Mitzrayim, so too this in itself is included. Also, Hashem is going to save us from every other nation, from every other Golus. So he makes an interesting diuk over here. He says like this: there's 2 ways of saving somebody. There's destroying the enemy, and then there's not a problem. Or you don't worry about the enemy, you save the person that's being persecuted. So the haftacha here over here is V'Hakadosh Baruch Hu matzileinu miyadam. Hashem is going to save us from their hands. Why? Because if Hashem destroys the enemy, maybe Hashem didn't like the enemy. He was angry with them that they went overboard or whatever it is. Doesn't like them. Doesn't necessarily mean He likes the Jew. V'Hakadosh Baruch Hu matzileinu miyadam. Hashem is showing the chavivus, the tayarkai, the preciousness of the Jew, that Hashem is saving you. It's not about the enemy. It's about saving you. Interesting. That's one point. Then there's an explanation like this. There is the promise that Hashem gave to Avram Avinu before Matan Torah. Before Matan Torah. That is the promise that's going to save us. Why? Because if you're going to look after Matan Torah, you want protection, do Torah mitzvahs. You have to do Torah mitzvahs. You don't do Torah mitzvahs, you have a problem. So Hashem wanted to give us a protection that no matter what, will be saved. So Hashem tells Avram, I'm going to promise you now that even though whatever you're doing is only on your accord, you're reaching only the level that you can reach, but I'm promising you now that I'm giving you a promise that no matter what, I'm going to save the Yidden. So now, if the Yidden did not fulfill the Torah mitzvahs, that's okay. That's their calculation with Hashem. But that doesn't affect the promise. The promise is not dependent on Torah mitzvahs. So this is a guarantee. Vehi. This is the guarantee that no matter where we're holding, no matter what we're doing, Hakadosh Baruch Hu matzleinu miyadam. We're not looking at your bank account. Your bank account, that's your personal business with Hashem. But from the promise of Avram Avinu, that stays forever. That's number 1. In addition to that, also, a Yid, if he falls, this also, because Arizal explains that this also talks about the psyche of the person. There is that we have enemies that try to pull us down every day. The Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Hara, all the things that we do, mitzvahs, avedis. HaKadosh Baruch Hu matzleinu miyadam. Even if the person didn't try, even if the person is not, in a sense, doing tshuva, there's hirur tshuva. There are little messages of tshuva that Hashem gives us anyway. Matzleinu miyadam. He gives us a chance to fall to get back onto the horse, even though we didn't try. So this also goes back to Avraham Avinu, that even though we don't have the schus, we didn't necessarily make the investment, but Hashem is going to save us anyway. So we have what to look forward to. So we should be zeicher to the coming of Mashiach. When Hashem will take us out of Golus, we should be saved. B'karav mamish. Amen.